Hi everyone, Dom Famularo here, and I am here Mapex Live. I love this because I have the opportunity on Mondays to feature different artists and different people from all around the world, and it's just so great that Mapex organizes this and allows me to have this opportunity. And I try and do this so we bring to you musicians that can open up ideas of where they are anywhere around the world for you to enjoy. And today I've got the great Damien Schmitt. Let's bring on Damien here. Let's bring him into the studio.
Hello.
Damien, thanks so much for joining me. This is fantastic to see you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We don't see each other, even talk, right?
It has been, but I remember we did an event together in Brazil, the Batuca Drum Festival.
I remember this.
And that was with Vera Figueiredo.
Exact.
And we were there together, and I loved when you played. You played so great, and you played, in your playing, there were so many different styles that you played. It was like there was hip hop, there was jazz, there was metal, there was funk. There was a variety of different stuff that you played. Really great stuff.
Oh, thank you, Dom. Yeah, this is what I like, you know?
All the different styles that you like. Well, let's go back a little bit more in the beginning. You came from a very musical family.
Absolutely, yeah.
And your mom played piano, she sang.
My mom played piano. She's as well accordion. Accordion, and she gives classes at home, piano and accordion. And my father was a drummer, and he gives as well lessons at home. So I was like, yeah, you know, I was in like from.
How amazing that you had that kind of influence. So at a young age, you started playing drums early on?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I started to play drums, and quickly I started to play piano as well. So, and my parents then they put me at school because they think they were not good enough to teach me, you know. Yeah. But they were, and I learned so much with them. Like when we go, because they had a band, and so I used to play with them, and so and I learned so much this way because this is you know, like a pop 50 band, and so you have to know to play rock, whatever. That's why maybe I'm interested in everything and I like everything. But
well, it's kind of amazing because at a young age, here you are playing. You've got the influence of music around the household. What kind of music were you hearing as a young kid?
When I was young, this is pretty fun, but I was very fan, absolutely, of Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah, but beside of this, my father listened to Billy Cobham, and so it was these two kind of, you know, always pop and with my parents. And I, as I said before, but for real, I love everything. I was able to listen to rock, to whatever, but more Michael Jackson and Billy Cobham. Yeah, I know. And there was a wow. And I remember I got this memory of listen just the drums going like I was like wow. Wow, to me I was like wow. And each time I met Billy, I told him like, dude, you're my hero.
Yeah, Billy is an influencer to so many musicians and of course drummers around the world. I've known Billy now for over about 50 years. And to this day, he's still playing great. He lives in Bern, Switzerland.
Absolutely.
And he's there still playing and teaching and staying very active at 75 years young.
75 now. Whoa.
Still busy and going along the way.
Whoa.
So here you are now. You're a young kid and you're hearing Michael Jackson, which is real pop, you know, exciting pop music. And then you're hearing Billy Cobham, which is jazz fusion intensity. That's a pretty interesting combination there.
Yeah, and the thing was very exciting to me in Michael Jackson was not only the groove, and I remember the first time I got this vinyl as well, like my mom bringing back and she put it, and I remember when it started and I was like, and to me was always the you know, the beat, and I was like damn. And then I remember this, what bring me then more to the music about movie and classical. It was all this sound and imagination you can get, and I remember this Thriller, the intro. Of course, you got all the song, but the intro to me that was wow, and it really scared me at the same time because I was like 4 maybe. And it really scared me. I was like, and I want to listen in again. But each time I get more scared because I start to get imagination and I just get wow. And then I remember I think it was the Rite of Springs or Strings, some Springs, something like Rite of Spring is a trio with Jean-Luc and the Rite of Spring, and I was like, wow, it's like I got the same emotion.
Yeah.
There is some moment, and I get like, and I and I don't know. I think there was the connection for me to go to that anyway. Yeah, but
And listen, Thriller, fantastic, but
uh,
you also had the influence of hearing Jeff Brocaro.
yeah, but this is how I discover. I mean, because I didn't know about Brocaro before, you know,
Yeah.
as I was young, and then, but of course, Toto and everything, and all the record Jeff made. He's one of my favorite. He's one
Yeah.
of my favorite for the musicality. It's never, but it just play what has to play. I don't know to explain. It's just like do the right things at the right. It's really amazing, and the numbers on records he made is like.
Yeah. But
Ah,
it's impressive what you're doing, Damien, because you have a great feel. You've got a great pocket sound to play commercial and to play, real popular music. But yet, you have the chops to step way beyond outside the groove and go completely into intense jazz fusion or even metal playing. So you've
mm.
got a real good balance and a wide variety of skills.
Oh, thanks, Dom. Yeah, I try. But I always liked it. And what happened? Very because I love Billy, and I was like, wow, I want to really play like this and stuff. And so you're in, and then I met Dennis Chambers,
Yeah.
and Dennis, I got a story with him. Um, we were in the south, and there was a 15 days of music camp. That was not drum camp. That was music camp, like from all instruments. And he was here with Dominique Di Piazza and Birari Lagran with the trio they have together. And we got a couple of masterclass with him, and I was totally like, and I saw him like, no. And that was 1992. It was like where he was like to me at the top. Like he's still, he was like nothing can stop him.
Amazing, amazing guy.
And
Amazing.
at the end, I remember I was sitting close to the drum. That was the last masterclass, the last day of this camp. And I was sitting to the drum like because I was always with him during all these days and friend of mine. And at the end, he just took off his DW 5000 and he put it in front of me. And I just pushed the pedal and I was like, yeah, okay, this is double kick pedal and so what? And I give him back to him like, okay. And my friend told me, no. It's like he gave it to you right now. It's a gift. I was like, what? Whoa! And since that was my goal, I cannot make this guy got a deception from me. I need to play at his level minimum, and this is always what I try to do now: play at his level, whatever. But well, this is the story I got with Dennis, and he really, I don't know, give me something in my heart to really work.
Well, Dennis is that kind of person, man. He's just a great guy. He's an incredible player, and I've heard Dennis play many times and performed with him, and he's always amazing at a high level. So that's a beautiful story. But now you started playing not only piano you played, but you also started learning bass and guitar.
Yes, yeah. The story of this is like I bought when because I was playing in the band because my father gets sick at the time, and so I sub him in the band, but I was only 8, and so and so I play all the gig, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" But so they told to everybody because for them that was amazing. Of course, like you got 8 years old and you finished the gig, and nobody thought that I could do it, but I did it, and so they speak about all the musicians, and then when one drummer of one any band could not make the gig, they call me. And so I start to make money like this, you know. And so when I was 14, I start to bought I remember my first Fostech direct disc eight tracks.
Yes.
I had to record myself, and I was boring to waiting for the other musician to get at home and play the part I need to play on composition or whatever. And so this is how I start to play bass and guitars, because I needed to do it right now. I don't want to wait, and so I start to play like this. Crazy, huh?
Unbelievable. So how'd you learn guitar and bass? Did you
Um,
did you have teachers? How did you do that?
No, I love the Police as well, and I love like Stewart Copeland as well. Is what, but whatever. To me, Police was that was the old part of guitar and everything.
Yeah.
And I was starting. I bought a book, and I was practicing all of these, and yeah, just like this. And back in the day, you didn't have like YouTube or whatever, so you have to just by your ear and try to find the right position and stuff. And the bass, it's another story. It's with Bob Marley. I start learning the bass with Bob Marley in Jamiroquai. And to me, there was the bass line of I don't know, that was like, whoa, crazy. But see, this is how and then, of course, very quickly, I discovered Jaco Pastorius, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, I work a little bit more. I just push this bass to the track. and so I practice a little bit as well. But I'm not Jaco player. I can for the fun, but I'm not like great bass player. Not like a Chris Coleman is great bass player, for example.
Yeah, Chris Coleman is a phenomenal bass player. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is your guitar playing?
Right now, you mean?
Yeah. When you play guitar, do you know different chord structures?
Yes, of course. Yeah. No, I know. I don't know what you call it in English, but I know. Yes, I work. I practice my scales. I know chords. I'm able to do whatever. But that was the point for me, to be able to play any idea of composition I want to play. Of course, I was lucky enough to play with guitarists like Frank Gambale or I will never be Frank Gambale, of course. But I can play whatever I can play.
So now, at about 16 years old, you decide to produce your own first album.
Absolutely, yes.
The name, is it Yosoma?
Exactly.
What the hell is Yosoma? Tell me that story.
Okay, because there is a part of me who really enjoy, when you're a teenager and you go more and more, and so I really enjoy reggae music. And this is where you start with girls, and I was 16, and this is where I finally, because there is something I love in reggae music when I discover raga and jungle beat. And this is 1996 to me. And I was with this guy who's playing, pardon me. For everybody don't know it, then you're gonna know me. Because everybody know that, everybody know if you know me. And you got the mic MC. Put on a massive song that I will take everyone, you know it. And I was like, whoa, I want to know how. And this is how I start as well to practice this. And then, and so this is why I set up the band, because I want my band. And finally, I start to compose for this band, and this band we made 2 albums, and this is more reggae music, but with this raga stuff.
Yeah.
But it was not really a band, because I made my album by myself at this time, and the band never recorded together. A couple of songs on the second album, but then we got here there is a contest, and we went at the final of the contest, and it's pretty famous. It's Printemps de Bourges, in the city of Bourges, and so we were like in the final, so good. But then I get moved to Paris, and so I stepped the band at this moment.
Well, now wait a second. Now, so you do this first recording. You played all the instruments on that first recording.
Yes.
Right, and it was a variety of music. You had funk, you had hip hop, you had metal, you had jazz. All that was on that first recording.
No, that was more reggae for real.
That was more just reggae on that first
reggae one. And raga, like ragamuffin.
Right.
Of course, there was all this influence as well, because it's a part of mine. There was raga with guitar sometimes or whatever.
Yeah. So then you ended up playing in France. So you started playing the festival. There was a huge festival in France.
Yes.
Is it the Printemps de Bourges?
Exactement.
right? And that's because that's a huge summer festival.
Exactly. Yeah, it's during the spring, and there is a lot of band. After this, it's changed the life because this is where everybody from the music business in France, they come here to make their market.
Right.
It's like they need to see which band is they can make something with them, a record or something. And so there's a lot of band who came from this festival, and then find a producer or whatever to help them to get to the second level.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you play the show. So when did the second album happen?
The second album happened after in 2000.
So
Yes.
this was Yosoma FM Francophone Revolution. Was that
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And you know everything.
I wanted to hear about this all because I go and research the music. It sounded great, but that second album, you were only like 19 years old,
Yes,
and you produced that second album.
as well. Yes.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So what
Yeah.
happened with that? What kind of style was that?
That was the same kind of reggae raga, but there was more produce. I sing better. Everything was better because the first I made it, yes, I start when I was 16 and I finished when I was 17. So I was not able to really produce and sing well because I was just singing like this, and then I practice, and then on this album is better,
Yeah,
a lot better, yeah, but so much better, yeah.
how amazing. So now you go on there, you do that. So now at that point, you move to Paris
Yes,
and you start touring with different bands.
that was more complicated than this, but yeah, it took me 1 year to really be in contact because sometimes this is what people forget, and really nothing's happened like this. It's really time to meet people, to get friends, and I went every week at the Baiser Salé, who is a very famous club for us here because this is where all the jam session, and if you want to meet the right people. And so the first guy I met over there was Damienfr. I don't know if you know this bass player, but he's really amazing.
Yeah.
And so when I started playing with him, I was like, dude, I think you lost your time in the reggae. You have to come back to the real game. And this is where I stopped reggae and I come back really to play fusion and stuff. And this is how then start everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So who was it? So did you found out who was Yannick Noah? When did that tour start?
Yannick Noah, this is funny because he's a tennisman, you know?
But yeah.
Yeah. He win here. He win over I think Wimbledon or something like this. But he was really like this level. But then he decided to, I don't know, sing, and it was very popular. And then I got the gig, just like I got the gig. It's crazy.
And were you traveling mostly around France, or was it around Europe?
No, that was just France. He's really just French singer. But we went to island of La Réunion. We went in French island, and I never really traveled before. So for me, it was like, wow, cool.
So now you're traveling. Do you have to bring your own drums with you? What kind of a?
No, as well. To me, it was a new world. It's like you come and everything is set up and set up perfectly. You got to play. You doesn't have to make any sound check. The sound is perfect. I was like, wow. That was really, a real tour with a real famous artist.
Yeah.
And this is pretty funny because you know what kind of music played this guy?
What?
Reggae. So I believe it come back to me,
Back to reggae. That's funny, man. That's so funny. So how long did you tour with him?
Sorry?
How long did you tour with him?
Not so long, because at the same time, I think my luck part of all of this I've never been part of the band. I was always the sub.
Right.
So I was able to play with a lot of different people at the same time. For example, I play with this guy. I don't know if you know Cheb Khaled.
Cheb Khaled.
Khaled is an Arabic singer, like Rai. And so I learned with him a lot of Arabic music and all the 6/8 and everything, and I was like, wow! And so this, and as well Yannick and like Sinclair, who is very like just funky.
Right.
Anyway, and I got all this music, and it was very exciting. A lot of African music at the same time with Ousmane Touré, who is one of the Touré Kunda brother. Well, whatever. And what happened is at the same time I met Zap Mama. And
Zap
yeah, she was like Grammy nominated, like
Yeah, she's was huge.
yeah. And so
Where'd you meet her?
yeah, and Yannick asked me, "Do you want now to be with me, to be in the team, to be like my drummer, no sub anymore?" And at this time with Zap Mama, we got the chance to get the visa to go to the US. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to the US, and I don't want to. I want to get this chance, and I made it.
So with Zap Mama, you come to the U.S. Where did that tour start?
Yes. We got because she had a new album, and so we got the big tour in the US, and that was my first big tour like this. Like you never come back at home for 3 months, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, we make all the US everywhere, and at the same way in Europe as well for this new album, and that was really crazy because I really start touring like worldwide with her. That was really exciting, and the band was really exciting, and the music was really exciting. There was people from every culture, everywhere, and at this time I didn't speak a word of English, and so we get to the tour and we arrive to New York, and there is the booker, the agent, who was yes, okay, we have to make a brief to make everybody understand how the tour, blah blah blah, and he starts speaking maybe for 40 minutes, and for 40 minutes I was like, when everybody laughs, you laugh. I don't get a word. I don't get a word. And then I learned English better.
So how was it? What was your impression when you came to America? What did it feel like?
That was amazing. That was amazing because I used to come for the NAMM Show, so I knew just a little bit.
Right.
But really, America is, I think it's one of the beautiful country I see in my life, for real. There is so many things in your country about, like, I don't know, you can see forest for years, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there is the sea from both sides, there is the mountain, this is so beautiful. When you arrive, like I remember like Salt Lake City, we arrive by bus in the morning early, and I don't know what, I wake up and we go like down from the mountain, and you see like all this Salt Lake for real. That was like, damn, and everything like, to me there was and the people in New Orleans, in New York, and wow, New Orleans was, you know, I'm still a fan of the Meters.
The Meters, absolutely.
Zigaboo, of course.
Zigaboo Motor Lest. Woo!
And I met him at NAMM one day, and I was like, oh, you know, like this, like, oh, amazing. And I see he was not here, unfortunately, but I see the Meters live in New Orleans just the day we were here. I was like, whoa! And they play like Fire on the Bayou. They play like all the songs. I was like, yeah, no, New Orleans. And so the place I remember, like, and I discovered really like Atlanta, Chicago. That, well,
again, the key thing is for people to understand. We've got people from all around the world that are listening to you now, Damien. And think about the NAMM Show, right? The NAMM Show is the National Association of Music Merchants, NAMM. So all the music merchants that sell product around the world come in January to this big convention. There are maybe 150,000 people. Mm-hmm. So it's so much going on. So when you mentioned the NAMM Show, it's a very, very exciting time where there's lots of musicians playing there. And we have, for example, check this out now. We have Vitaly Petrenko
Whoa,
is from
Kriv.
Kiev, Ukraine.
Whoa, I loved Kriv.
Right. We've got John Owens from North Carolina here in the U.S. John, thanks for joining us.
Whoa, in my mind, I'm going Carolina.
Sebastian Page from Montreal, so thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Axel Delage, hello, Damien. We've got so many people here.
Hello, Axel Delage. Yes.
This is
Oh, Carlos Silva.
from this is
Portugal.
Portugal. How great is that, right? Incredible. So we've got so many people here.
Whoa.
Quebec City.
Yes, Ivan. You. Oh, Tom. Ivan. I don't know, even if you listen to me, I don't know if you're able to post a picture of your drum kit. You have to see. I never see this in my life. I never see this in my life. And Ivan is one of he owned the museum of Frank Zappa.
Oh man.
This is crazy what you see when you go in his place. This is like paradise. Paradise. Paradise, for real. No, Ivan, you killed me with this.
Here is Russ Elder.
Yeah, welcome, Russ.
UK. Look at this here. We got people from everywhere around here. Here's Brian Calhoun, who's a phenomenal drummer here, who lives here on Long Island in New York, in Melville. Thank you, Brian, for joining us.
Tito.
And look at this. Oh my gosh, we've got so many people here. So these people are here. Now, what's happening now is you're playing, you talked about Zap Mama. What about, there was also Emma Dumas.
Yes, this is another pop singer. She was like pop rock.
Yeah.
Really like Californian, really West Coast rock.
Yeah.
And, I love as well.
And did you do some touring with that band?
No, but as well, I was just the sub. So all these artists, they call me when they need, but finally, I was touring over time with different people in different kind of music. I was very lucky to do this as well, because it really opened as well my mind and on different music. And as I told you before, I love all kind of music, so play all this music. And what is pretty cool, what I understand is when you play music, for example, with people who say, "Oh, we're gonna play reggae," this is not really reggae people, This is not really the Rasta man with the culture, with all they got. And I say, I don't know. Or when you rock California rock, this is another way of wearing clothes and play music and be cool. And this is just another. And I really realized that I need to be with these people who are really in their kind of music and in their way of vision of life. I don't know what to see to really get in the heart of the genre,
right?
And I think I was ready to do it because I don't know. That was the best way to learn for me.
So then you start getting more involved with you had a reputation kind of as a jazz fusion player.
Yes, because this is what happened when we start to play with Adrian. I start to play with a guitarist to play with Billy Cobham for years, who would call Jean-Marie Ecaille.
Jean-Marie Ecaille, yeah, fantastic. And also Dominic Di Piazza.
Absolutely, yes. Who played with? I met him when I was 11 with Dennis, so that was crazy. And he was playing as well with Trilok Gurtu and John McLaughlin.
Incredible.
And he was. I think it was one of the first after Jacko too.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, and then when I moved to Los Angeles, finally, this is where I was the chance to play with this African music I told you before,
right.
And all these African people like Cheikh Tidiane. Sorry, and when we play with Cheikh Tidiane, there is a bass player really amazing.
Yeah.
It's called Guy Nsangue Aqua. To me, is one of the best as well.
Wow.
And Guy, when Jean-Luc wanted to change his drummer, called me. And he said, "Look, there is Jean-Luc Ponty. He's looking for a drummer. I'd love it if you could do it because we played together. We really enjoyed as the feeling as a friend, as musician. Yeah. And this is how I start to play with Jean-Luc Ponty.
So this is what you're living in LA now, right? You're in California.
Yes, and that's why, because I was still living in the US, and then at the same time, I met because of all this NAMM Show where I was.
Yeah.
Adrian started to be endorsed by Mark Bass, and so I started to go with him to play first just with him, and finally Mark Bass asked me to sub for all the bassists, all the bass player. And so this is how I met Alan Caron.
Yeah.
And with Alan Caron, we made 2 albums and DVD. But this is later. But at first, this is how I met Frank Gambale as well, because Alan introduced me to Frank, and we started playing together as a trio and then a quartet with Otmaro Riz, with amazing
keyboard. Yeah. So now you moved to LA, and then
all this happened.
But you also had Electro Schmitt going on, right?
Yes, that was because when I moved to LA for real, I know it's gonna be sounds totally fucked up, but I don't want to play drums anymore. I was not here to go in a club to try to get pop gig or whatever. To me, I was here to learn to produce.
Right.
This is really what I want to, because all this year I played and I was producing at the same times, but I was thinking like about the mixing and stuff. There is some stuff I haven't, and so I need to go to another level. And I knew that a lot of things that I was listening in the production that I loved were made in LA. So that was the best place, I think, to me to meet people and start to get in. And so I produce a couple of singers, stuff like this, but they never been like really get big success or whatever. And so this is what I did in LA. And at the same times, I get all this gig, so I was able to pay the bill, and to get very focused on engineering, mixing, and production, songwriting, and all of this, and then I don't know. I don't think I waste my time because I learned a lot of things, but it's never get to the success or something like that.
Right.
On production things, but I speak too much. No, I mean, I don't know if I answered the question.
What is interesting is that you were in LA, you were putting your own music together, but you got involved with producing. And listen, this is very, very common. By getting involved with producing, you kind of stepped away from the drums for a while. But 2007 was when you had Jean-Luc Ponty going on.
Exactly.
2009, you hit him with now Alain Caron, who is a phenomenal. So now, then you decide to move to Montreal.
Yeah, because my visa was almost get to the end.
Right.
And I was not really, so I don't know. I don't really enjoy. I enjoy LA, and I enjoy all my friend musicians over there. But then when you go to the people who are not musicians, and it was very complicated to me to get friends, and I understood it was only interest or something, or only about money. I don't know. It was very strange to me, and I was feeling more my home in Montreal as well.
Right.
And so when Alain told me, we work together, I've been at the Montreal Drum Fest in 2009, and I love Montreal. And so I was okay, and I've been there. And at the same time, my visa was at the end. It was like I got one less month to. And I said, okay, I move. I take the chance, and I move over there, and we made the two record together. We made one DVD. We earned the kind of the Grammy over there. We called the I don't remember, but that was great, and I love Montreal and my time over there. That was really great. And about Electro Schmitt, I remember now, because this is the point. It's that I started in LA, but I was more in production and stuff. And when I was over there, I was like really. I have to say thanks to Norbert Simon from Minel,
right?
Because he really helped me to make this record, because he told me, look, you play the jungle, blah blah blah. It's different than Jojo Mayer. You don't really don't play the same.
Yeah.
And maybe you should do something with this. And I got this in mind before, but I was like, okay, I do it. And I did it in. It started in LA in my mind, and I finished the process, you see, in Montreal.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, really, really fantastic. It's just so now you get to, first of all, Alain Caron is a phenomenal musician.
Oh, it's amazing.
All the musicians he surrounds himself with are always fantastic. The fact that you did that and you recorded a couple albums with him, it must be fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. There's something I'd love to do. It's record something with Jean-Luc.
Yeah.
And I used to play with. They got a project. There is a festival in Germany called the Zappanal. It's just about Frank Zappa. And all the people who gonna play, all the people who's going to play there, they are or I mean a cover band, or they are cover band. I mean with arrangement or something, or they are musicians who used to play with Frank.
With Frank Zappa, yeah.
And so we made this band with George Duke.
Nice.
And Jean-Luc. And that was really amazing. And and they planned to maybe record something. And unfortunately, George passed away. And we got a thought for him. And so we never did it. And then I don't know if Jean-Luc Noah want to record something. I think is a little bit like music is not like before. He's sure that all this business changed, and he was lucky to knew the greatest time maybe of his business, I think. And so this is one of my regrets to know had something record with Jean-Luc, because he's a great musician. I love his music, and it was really amazing. And more than this, I think he's one of the most human beings. He really take care of the people he play with. He's really, but more than this, well, he's a big man in every way. Music, human is really amazing. But yeah,
you have had the chance to play with some amazing musicians in your life.
I'm gonna tell you that I was lucky enough. Yes,
it really is, and you are still lucky in the process. So now you're in Montreal. When do you move back to France?
When I decided to set up my band, because I got a proposition for a festival, and I didn't get any band, and I was just thinking after I made Electro Schmitt, and it was finally the first time when I made an album with the music since a long time, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, but it's just about drum. This one is more focused on the drum, and why I know I love writing music, so let's write music. And what happened in Montreal is you cannot have any help from the government about the money, for example.
Yeah.
If you are not citizen, and to be a citizen of Canada, it took like 7 years.
Yeah.
I was not able to wait 7 years to make an album, you know? And so this is why I moved back to France. And as well, my goal was, okay, there is amazing French musician as well, as good as American musician, you know? And I would like to show this to the world, like, look, there is very good musician here as well.
Yes.
And yeah, that's why I get back to Paris to set up this band.
Boy, that is fantastic. Now, so you're back in Paris, and now when did you meet your wife Judith?
This is pretty cool. We went to play in Mexico, in Guadalajara. Yeah. And so you know the city, right?
Guadalajara. That's where they make the great tequila.
Exactly. And where there is the mariachi as well.
Yes.
You know? And so I've been over there, and I got a French friend that I haven't seen since 25 years. Wow. And my friend Estelle, she married a Mexican guy, and she was living in Guadalajara. And she said, dude, I can't believe you're gonna be there. And I knew her from my hometown.
Wow.
Crazy story. And so I was here with Jean-Luc Ponty, and I was like, okay, so, but she told me this very late, and I was okay, so we met, we have a drink, blah, 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 and that was fun. And I was like, sorry, because I would love to stay, but okay. The year after, the same festival, they decide to make the Alan Caron in the programmation. Oh, so I get back. I get back, and so I said, okay, guys, book my flight, but 1 week later, I'm gonna stay for 1 week, and I stay for a week, and I met a lot of musicians, blah blah blah. And as I told you, I made a lot of production and everything, you know, and so for some of the guy, I play some music, and they really enjoy my production, and they play me music of the band, and it's real that there was not so good production, and they asked me, would you love to produce our album because we love what we heard, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And so we made this kind of album with Latino, but really pop, mainstream pop Latino, you know, this kind of album, and that was really great. And I helped them to, because I love the stage as well, you know, so I helped them to set up the show, everything. And so we made the premiere. And who was opening at the premiere? That was Judith and her band. And this is how I met her, you know.
Judith was in the band. Was she singing, playing an instrument? What was she doing?
She's an amazing rapper. Like
Really?
the next song I will come out with, she's rap on this, and she's amazing, and she sings. And the rock was band, and when the band was rock, I mean, and she was rapping and everything, and as well she was like, whoa, was what? And you saw her, she's like this, she's like, and it was like, whoa, I was like, what the fuck? And we didn't get a chance to talk this night. And so because I was really in my stuff, and I was at the control to see with the light and the sound engineer, and with the video to start the video and everything. So I was really busy in the things. And when the show ended, she left, and I was like, okay, maybe. And I asked just my friend, does she has a Facebook or something, you know? And then we wrote, and then we met, and then I didn't know, but I get married. This is what have happened, and I think I'm once again, thanks to the music, because this is how you met people. This is how I met the love of my life. So, and I'm very
absolutely beautiful. And listen, to meet the love of your life, and to get married, and to begin to get together, two great musicians. Music has brought you great joy at many levels.
Yeah, it's true.
It really, really has. And soon, I know you were mentioning about how you're going to get a house in Rennes, in Brittany area.
Yes.
And you'll set up your studio, and you'll get all that together there, so yourself and Judith will be able to produce great music from that studio. Yeah.
Finally, that's gonna be amazing, for real. And it's not about only audio studio, like recording place. To me, it's really because I see it with the confinement. I don't know if you call this like this in English, but during the COVID, we have to stay at home for days, you know.
To be
and I don't know how to call this. Here in France, it's the confinement.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing? Oh, okay. And during this time, I see a lot of my friends put video on live with a bad quality, bad sound, bad everything, bad light, bad everything was bad, you know. And so I got this idea of the studio since years, but then we were talking about this since last October. And so when we got the confinement, we decided, okay, like we're gonna do it, and as well because just to say that it will not be about the music record studio. It's gonna be about streaming, video, and light and everything. Like to make some. If you really want to make a live, yes, come at home, and you're gonna make something really great. And this is the idea. This is the idea for real.
This is the time. Claude Hoffman, who's a phenomenal drummer from Belgium area, he mentioned what that is the lockdown. We're in lockdown.
Ah, yes, lockdown. Thanks, Claude.
Yeah, fantastic. So in this here, so you'll put the studio together. You're gonna make it happen. So tell me now, when did your relationship with Mapex start?
2009 or 10.
Right.
And I think it's 2010 maybe. Yes, it's 2010 because I played Montreal Drum Fest with GMS. Sorry.
Yeah.
And GMS, this is a great drum, but the problem is it was not like Mapex. As when we got the meeting, I understood like, yes, this is the people I'm looking for, because I'm always looking for people, even in the music, who doesn't, I don't know how to translate this, but who will not be only happy with the things they made, but they want to be more happy with the things they're gonna think about to make
Right.
the future.
Right.
And this is exactly what you can see with the Black Panther, the drum design lab. This is exactly this, the future thing, and I'm so proud to be part of the Mapex, because this is it. This is it. You know what? I bring this drum on the TV show where I'm working now, and the sound engineer told me, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I know, something happened here, right?" And yes, and so this is how it happened and how I feel comfortable. And so yes, there was 2010, and yeah, and that was the first time I met Joe. As we're gonna have a big thought for him too, and Joe
Joe Hibbs.
I love him right away. He was really amazing, and he really understood me as well as what I was talking about, or what I for the future. And I was not talking you know, he was really aware about this as well.
Yeah, he understood.
Everything. He was amazing.
And he passed away too soon a couple of years ago. Just a great guy. I've got a photo of him here in my studio where I am, and great memory. But he had the vision of many great young players. And I remember having the discussion with Joe about you. And I said, listen, when we heard some of your playing, I said, what a creative player. You really think ahead of the music. You're already thinking of music in 2030. Forget 2020. You're already in 2030. So I said, Joe, that's the kind of mind that really kind of goes well with Mapex. And the way they manufacture drums, the Black Panther, the Saturn, the Design Lab, all their different snare drums.
They have
What snare drum is that you have back there? Which one is that?
This is my baby, Cherry Bomb. Oh. I love this snare. I have I don't know if you see over there. I got the Heartbreaker here.
Yes.
And I don't have here. But I didn't try it yet, the new snares. I can't wait. And this is the project, for example, to help as well, like promotion and everything, make a lot of video in the studio with all the snare, for example, and each time make an ID that people can really listen, like the gear but this is amazing. I think it was missing this until they start this snare, and then the new how many 16 now?
Yeah.
And I was in Spain last month, and I was able to try because they got it. I was like, damn, I can't believe it. And so now I know we're here. Like, after this, it's good sun. Impossible.
This will be so great when you get the studio set up, because in my studio here, I've got my Mapex Saturn here, and I've got my other Mapex Saturn here, and I've got cameras around. I've got all 4K zoom cameras around, and everything's mic'd up. And the studio here that I built is my private room. I come in here to record, to play, to teach, to do classes. You'll set that up. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And you'll do it from your home studio to the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like this.
Absolutely. Now tell me, you're also doing some online teaching where there have been some students that contacted you. And by way of online, you've been teaching that way also?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And this is more, I know the people who come to me, they're waiting more for, I don't know how to say, it's of course it's drum lessons, but they ask more for really technical details of things, because this is already drummer that played very good at a certain level. And so this is more camping. No, not a camping. How you say? When you're with someone and you go into things like, I don't know how to say it. Sometimes we talk more than we play on, you know.
And these sessions, Damien, are more. There's teaching lessons where we're teaching the drums, and then there's coaching lessons
Yes, yes.
where
And
you're
so,
coaching more. Yeah, that's
and
good.
so I got more coaching, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
And of course, I got classes as well, like really, but
yeah.
more coaching. We talk a lot. You know, there is drummer who were like, oh, yes, I would like to do something, but I don't know how, and or this or that, and so and I know it. And I'm very surprised because at the beginning I was not thinking, but you know a lot about this,
Yeah,
Dom.
yeah.
This is what you are. I can say really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this, and even for me, the time we met, each time you have just a phrase or something, and you don't know how it can change something and help me so much for real, Dom. And so you are very talented in this, and so just to say that I was surprised that people enjoyed this so much already, even more than just playing drums, you know.
Absolutely. And you have so much to offer, not only in playing the drums, but your experience in the music industry, your experiencing in arranging and writing, your experience in touring, and your experiencing producing. Those are all different areas that could be separate sessions. So I want everyone to understand Damienschmitt.fr. That's the website to go there, and you can contact him for any online lessons. And you're also working on an educational book, a teaching method.
Absolutely, yes. I work on it not alone because I to do it by myself.
Yeah.
It's like you got a storm in your studio.
But this
But
is fantastic. You also have your YouTube channel, which I want
yes,
everyone to go to Damien Schmitt YouTube channel, which I want everyone to go there and subscribe and join on that. But just I want to end with the TV show that you're doing. Don't forget the lyrics. I want you to explain this to the people of what you're doing. What you're doing this TV show, which is incredible, where people have to sing the lyrics, the band stops, they have to sing the rest of the lyric, and they can win money.
exactly. Yeah, because when the band stops, the karaoke with the lyrics, it's
Stops.
a blank,
Yeah.
and so they have nothing, and they have to remember the lyrics, and then if they remember, we keep going or not. And so what is complicated in here? It's first you're on the TV. So to me, I didn't really get a lot of experience in TV. Of course, when you got promotion with artists, but it's really just a little, and you know what you're gonna play. But in this TV show, we don't really know each time how we're gonna finish. For example, it's always like when Nagy, this guy called Nagy, the speaker, is very famous here because he's always been in the music. He's is the owner of Taratata, and Taratata is maybe the last TV show about music, live music we had.
Wow.
But it's not a game. It's really about interview with artists and they play and live, and it's really amazing. And so in this game, we never know. You always choose if we finish. You know, it's like, or if we keep going. So we never know how we're gonna finish, or sometimes we don't even know how we're gonna start. For example, there is a song. It starts with the baritone sax, and it's just like, and and we talk like this, and he's still talking, and so you know, and I'm like with the the talk back for everybody. Okay, when I make the break, we're gonna go on. Okay, yeah, and you're waiting that he finish the talking or whatever, and he's like, yes, and now we go with Lucy, 3, 4, and you get, and it's like, oh, it's like this, so it's
This is live TV. Live TV when you're doing, but you have 14 musicians in that band.
this is really amazing. We have a horn section for everybody. Anyway, everybody in the band plays like crazy. It's really good band, really
But
good.
you're playing music from the 1950s to
Exactly.
2020.
Yeah,
Right?
and this was a challenge. For example,
Yeah.
so I got trigger. I got another kick pedal with only electronic.
Yeah.
I got the something for the trig. I got the SPDS, some for the samp.
Right.
It's like it's but yeah, this is really amazing. Like you play all the years, like the playing of the 70s. This
Unbelievable.
kind of playing. You've got the really snare, like Prince snare from the 80s. Then you go, and now this is horrible because since the fifth 2015 or something like that. So I think I always play the same fucking song, like I can't anymore, for real. I'm like, no, please. But anyway, and I got the timbales, I got the Disney stair of 8 with the I forgot the thing, like it's a little snare.
Yeah.
And I got 2 snare, full kit, cymbals, 2 hi-hat. No, this is really amazing. This is an experience. Now I can tell you that I go any TV show on earth, I'm like at home.
You're ready. This was the school. I've had several of my friends and students that have played on TV shows. So I've had a chance to see them. It's a pretty intense setup that you have. But here you are working, probably one of the few musicians working with a live band. You guys are all either wearing masks or you're socially distancing. You're on the TV show. People in the audience have to also be distancing from each other. So
Exactly.
you're making it, but how many people are watching the show? What's the viewership?
This is crazy because when I get in, so 2 years ago, we were at 3 million. And last week, we passed the 5 million.
5 million people watch us. And this is, how many nights a week is this show?
Every day.
Every night.
Every night there is two show of 30 minutes. Every night. Except the Sunday, but every day. No, this is crazy.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I sub the singer, the lead singer, because he's a drummer too. He's a great drummer, by the way. This is crazy. He was a drum tech of Dennis Chambers.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
Dennis couldn't make a gig, and he was like, "But dude, you play great." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Yes." He said, "Look, I cannot do this gig. Go." And he started playing the gig. And he was a drummer. He played with all the famous pop artists in France. And now we are together on the show. And so sometimes he's percussion on the show and singer. But sometimes I have to do the singing and the drums at the same time. And because we help the contestant to get in the song, or So anyway.
Unbelievable. I love it, man. I love it. What you've done is fantastic. What you've done is really incredible. When I think about the craziness of your life and what you've done, I thank you so much for your time to have here. Mapex Live featuring Damien Schmitt. This is fantastic to have you. Keep on playing the show. You keep on playing great. Good luck with your new home. You're married. This is a whole new Damien.
Thank you. Yes. New videos soon. Keep connected. Keep post because it's going to be like crazy.
Fantastic. Well, I want everyone, Damienschmitt.fr. Go to his YouTube channel. Keep in touch with him. Damien, thank you so much, man. My best to you. Please stay safe.
Pleasure.
Stay well, stay healthy. And at some point, I'll talk to you real soon.
Yes. Bye-bye. See
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.